With the head honcho of MAR really showing their true colours, whether that be yellow or brown, whatever they pull out of the little sweetie packet, it's a shade of evil nonetheless. Because it's quite difficult for people to pull off the evil grin, maniacal laughter, and still be the good guy. Or at least interesting. Not impossible though, we've definitely seen it before. But those kids' lives are still on the line. Whether or not they're going to be a continuous experiment really is in the hands of a united front. Somehow though, I believe our main squad is going to be able to do something. Now I believe there's an OVA or something, but for now, get yourself a drink, sit back, let's enjoy the final episode of Railgun. Sample 1. A flashback to when she was a bit more innocent before becoming the experiment. Yep. Put your trust in your grandfather. Was that a glimmer in her eye as though she's actually looking back fondly on that memory? They, of course, had planned for her intervention, but at the same time, it's what is she expected to really do here? Well, that's one way to get rid of them. Well done. Did Croco teleport her in here so she can drop, slam? Is it safe to carry so many people on a motorbike like that? Especially with some makeshift helmets. If you want to make amends for what you've done, reparations for potentially putting the city in harm, and complete the task which you've dedicated your life to. Ah, gunships. Hub. Okay. Hub. Was that her true ability? We've actually seen you do something. Kinda useful in this occasion. I guess you really need such a huge bandolier of ammunition. A little better than just the leg wrap. Everyone is doing their part. And although she puts on airs and graces, she just wants to help out. Plus, after the pompous attitude that she's shown in the past, having an actual show of her abilities. But they are now rushing to a conclusion. Literally, actually. But what state will all the kids be in by the time they get there? I actually feel palpable tension. The battle was kind of more difficult than they. Okay, so is that what anything she touches has air jets attached to it then? But they're going for non-fatal attacks at the minute. Quite easily just lodge one of those needles in someone's brain. It's good that they weren't actually that dumb. Creating a distraction. Huh? That's some good senses there. I think her ability to see through things so that she could tell that the machine was coming up. I wonder who it could be. Clinging on like a little frog. Maybe if you weren't creating some wind resistance up there. Under the current circumstances. Well, it was probably grounded at some point. What kind of engines are in that big machine, though, for it to be able to travel at such speeds? Oh, I didn't know the limit to her range there. That was a waste of a coin. What? Things aren't going to go quite so easily for them. And actually using those things as... open your eyes when firing. As a sort of cover. It's never really a normal day. What if people are just trying to get to work and you see this on the highway? Has anyone ever just went, yeah, okay, I'll stop my attempt to escape slash get to where I'm going. Keep your eye on the road. So that's how she still sees herself. Rather than a scientist trying to make amends for their mistakes, it's a teacher looking out for their students. I can kind of get what you're trying to do, but... Well, one down. Ah, the bit from the intro. Ah! Oh, that's a... Using her own machinery against her. Seems a bit more than 50 meters. Hopefully it doesn't affect the stratosphere. Good that she got out without the motorcycle being scratched. Don't take your eyes off the wreckage. I thought that dash there was about to her. Was her about to take like a bullet or something. The subdued suits out there. Quite the facility if that was a map. Couldn't be on the first floor. Really not under any sort of... the forced coma there, just having a nap. Sure, in a tube, but still. Was she needed to some sort of failsafe? Hmm. Did you really think this... bit scratched up, but otherwise okay? That didn't sound like that head-on charge went well. I don't know which is worse, this high-pitched whistling to remove your powers or listening to her. So the one of them can still move. Well, someone's going to be going around destroying them. A way of giving you the information there to get the job done. Does it require the entire being to be compressed? She sees herself as like the rightful heir of all that power. A grand plan. She'll get a name in the history books at least. Oh yeah. Because she doesn't see them as the children, really, more assets. I was about to say the personal reality again. I think they've set this room up quite well, but there's a lot of walking space in between the beds, so it could be shrunk down a little. Got to make it a spectacle though. I don't think she's really worried about the consequences there. No one to chase after her if the place is destroyed. Well, I guess it is a place to try and gain strength, power, etc. She got there. Her guinea pigs are everyone. But if you can't figure out the code to turn it off, remove the machine. You got a bat. Percussive maintenance. She found the button for the loudspeaker. Broadcasting throughout the entire facility. Did that affect her suit as well? Or was it, no wonder that Academy City was so interested in her. It's good that the computer brains were behind the screen there. Now, which has more kinetic force? Does holding that pose do anything? I don't want to see the mist left behind, and a few metal scraps. It took her a while to get down here. Oh, much less damage than anticipated. Now, has your work been validated? So now she has the will to press that button, see what happens. No, it's blue, not red. Any earthquakes? Doesn't seem it. She's been asleep for quite a while, so they've still got the mannerisms of when they went under. She can get that well-earned rest now. Are they going to explain what happened to them? After being in a coma for so many years, I'm surprised they aren't completely atrophied. Well, a completion of her storyline there. You did amazingly. Well, no, she was more just. Let's let her have this one. It's easier. They had something to take care of. Can't can't they get a quick ride by teleporting some of the distance? Oh, she's looking up the granddaughter. She's not exactly going to be cooperative. Does that mean she's going to return in the future, or be a catalyst herself of another big event? It's good that she wasn't asleep or It's it's good that it all lined up. They managed to hire out a blimp, and her window was facing it, and on her birthday. And a short glimpse of all the characters we haven't really had anything to do with in this season, but they're still out there doing their own thing. Yeah, there does seem a lot of disasters happen in the city. Considering many episodes ago she confessed she doesn't really like children, her emotions have betrayed her. So, nothing answered about those pick a colour sweets? Just another drop in the things to remember for future series. But you telling me that that woman got to the position that she was in a organisation kind of like the MAR, and no one managed to do a background check so simply, like members of Judgment managed to reveal everything. You would have thought she'd at least have a few other contenders maybe eyeing up her position to release that kind of info. But there were quite a few cool scenes in this episode. A chase sequence, reoccurring characters showing their potential, and a rather visual, quite plain telling there of when other people can't do things, you can always fill that niche yourself. Although you may need a computer and a few good swings. But now that we have ended off on such a high note, the city has been saved, the children are awake and can enjoy their new lives. Their education is going to be a little stunted, but I'm sure there'll be someone to take up the position there. If you enjoyed this episode, let me know down below. If you think I deserved it as well, subscribe to the channel. Ultimately, I hope you find your place in this world. Live your best life, and I'll see you in the next one. Should the spectre of the YouTube algorithm come crashing down on my channel, I know I can rely on my patrons to metaphorically put a halt to its plans. If you would like to join them, then consider joining onto my Patreon as well. It would be a lot easier to fight back if you joined Sal, Railgun, Electricant, Harfia, Shiwan, Mecca, Jennifer Rojas, Stinsfire, Big Boy, Matt, Rasmus Poulsen, Gurley, Denmark 1997, ASD, Dark Shadow 7899, and everyone else. So should the time come that I need to be woken from my coma, I hope to see you there.